99 north of 34 Hundo. Whipped out my stash like a Kusuri Fundo. Landlord stalking, he be looking for the...
All right, so today I'm going to show you the trick that I used to create the recent hip-hop song that I released for the 99 north of 34 Hundo video. So you're probably already familiar with something called ElevenLabs voice, text-to-voice synthesis, which, can get pretty impressive results. But you don't have a whole lot of control over the performance. And so the result tends to be fairly robotic sounding. Because, there's some kind of algorithm going on determining emphasis of syllables and how words are said and whatnot. But you don't really have any control over it. You can't steer it. So it's you just throw text into the interface. The typical way to do it is you go to ElevenLabs, text-to-speech, you choose the voice profile that you want to use, and then, you can mess with settings, but honestly, in my experience, messing with the settings really just risks making the result more noisy or more unstable. And you just paste your text in. You've got a certain number of characters that you can do each month, and then depending on your plan, even the free plan has some. And you click generate, and then it generates an audio file. The rhythm can vary. Controlling even the spaces between sentences and whatnot is very, very iffy. So it takes a lot of trial and error. And at the end of the day, you still end up with the result that's pretty robotic sounding. However, it is possible to get a slightly different result that's not quite robotic sounding.
99 north of 34 Hundo. Whipped out my stash like a Kusuri Fundo. Landlord stalking, he be looking for the rent. Sneaking in and out like I'm Clark Kent when I'm Superman.
Right, and that is on rhythm. If you've heard the original video, which I'll link in the description below, it's right on rhythm. Now, how did that get done? Well, the key is that you or someone actually perform the audio at the pace and rhythm, and in some cases the voice inflection that you want, and then you put that through. So here is the real audio of the vocal of that song.
99 north of 34 Hundo. Whipped out my stash like a Kusuri Fundo. Landlord stalking, he be looking for the rent. Sneaking in and out like I'm Clark Kent when I'm Superman. Power is a strap to my face. Augment reality all over the place.
And all I had to do was perform it in the way that I would want and not worry about my voice. Just perform it clearly, enunciate well, And so that's what I did. I recorded actually both of the parts.
99 north of 34 Hundo. Whipped out my stash like a Kusuri Fundo. Landlord stalking, he be looking for the rent.
Even little things like,
I'm talking Netflix 24/7 and apps I'm stocked like 7-Eleven. Word, except.
Okay, so I just performed it in my normal voice. I didn't worry about accent or trying to be an impressionist or anything like that. Because I had found two different voices on ElevenLabs, one of which I constructed myself from audio clips that I had obtained, and one was just one that I found that generated from the platform itself. And so the end result is, instead of this,
to my face, augment reality all over the place.
You've got this.
There's a strap to my face. Augment reality all over the place. I got pro vision, making decisions with the ultimate precision on a virtual television. I'm talking Netflix 24/7 and watch Provision say, hold my beer.
Doesn't that second guy sound like Ice Cube? I feel like he does.
Hold my beer.
This is the original audio that went in for that.
Hold my beer.
I mean, I even had like my Nashville accent even came through on that. Same thing for this here, where it's them shouting. Let me see. Yeah.
America means
Right? That's that. But those were all run through. The performance was run through ElevenLabs.
America means innovation, and everyone's favorite fruit ain't a raisin, so you
know it's worth it. You know you want it, and every single person gonna have it.
poor and pregnant. There ain't no mystery to solve, Lieutenant.
Columbo. Don't be a Dumbo.
Oh, just 99 north of 34 Hundo.
Now, when you give ElevenLabs audio to convert, it adheres to the timing, I mean, in my experience, perfectly. And all you have to do is, when you go to the ElevenLabs page, instead of using the default text-to-speech where you're pasting text in here, do speech-to-speech. And instead of pasting in text, you're bringing in an audio file. Now, the audio file that you submit, it needs to be clean. No background noise. So whatever you have to do to make that happen, if it's, I mean, a quiet room is usually enough, but I wouldn't recommend using any noise reduction software. Usually that ends up harming the original audio, even while it removes the noise. The best solution is to have a nice, clean, and background noise-free recording. I know I've got friends who record voiceover and do voice acting. They'll drape a big heavy blanket over them while they're doing it to drown out all the room noise. Whatever you got to do. Frankly, that's a good practice. Getting a clean recording is good for any voice scenario, but it's really important for what you submit here because it is it's processing this as data, and any noise in there is data, and it gets confused and befuddled and will do some weird stuff if there's significant, even a little bit of significant noise. It's better to work with a voice actor if you can. But this is interesting tech, and I love the fact that this thing can preserve the original performance, the rhythm, the inflection, but can embody it with another voice altogether. That's kind of amazing, right? So I think for certain situations, that could be pretty handy. So I hope you enjoyed this. It's a small trick, but it's a very, very useful one to get non-robotic output from ElevenLabs speech synthesis. So hope you enjoyed it.